And then just a building generator run status, and if there's an alarm coming from the generator, those will get emailed out so that to make people aware without having to hop into here. So where you'll likely spend most of your time is the building floor plan. Clicking into that link, because of the sheer size of the building, I broke it down into 6 areas, with north being to the right. We're sitting right here in the front, so we'll start here. Clicking on that area is the whole overview. But because we have just so many temperatures in the building, so what I've done is just kind of slid everything off, and it's all working off room numbers and what have you. So these are all the areas in numerical order, are all the rooms that we have thermostats in. Be it the LG heat pumps or using rooftop equipment, it's all here. So this isn't the best one to show. Let's just, I'm looking for something, so we'll just kind of click through here for a second. Everything is
This is called Reliable Controls. This is
yes.
what this program is called?
The automation system as a whole.
Okay.
Brand, if you will.
Manufactured,
Okay.
like GM or Ford.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Everywhere is pretty heavy right now. So if we have rooms that are too hot or too cold, and I believe it's less than 21 and above,
26.
it might be 25 in this case.
They will turn blue.
The rooms will turn blue or red,
Oh, wow.
and 20 and 26.
Yeah.
So if you're just clicking around and looking for what might be wrong, it'll stand out for you.
So automatically it's going to, once it's out of range,
Yeah.
it's going to change colors on that map.
So what I can do is so we drop I'm just going to override
Yeah.
this down to cold. To the right, yeah.
That's
So
why
now
I
you can
set the
see.
range with those 2 columns, the upper and lower.
So the left hand column is the actual room temperature. The right hand column is what the room's set for. So 23, 22 and a half.
That's the setting.
That's the setting. Yeah, that's what the room's actually set for. So you can see I overrode the next room over to 19 and a half, so it's gone blue.
Okay.
To say, hey, we're cold. And as you're clicking through the screens, there's a lot of rooms in this building between resident rooms and offices. So that just kind of is a quick and easy, hey, there's a problem here. Otherwise, generally everything's kind of within spec, if you will.
Is this on real time or on a point in time? The temperatures. Temperatures are in real time, like right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this program's off to maintenance care.
I don't think so.
I was curious if it would alert into there too.
I don't know if that's possible or not. I guess it would.
Like, does this program have the assets built into it, like we put them on the roof in here, so?
It
If-
does.
Okay.
To a point.
To a point. But as far as communicating with other systems, I don't know the answer to that.
Because maintenance care is just from what I know, is it's more of a work order thing where it just tracks anything. Like it has to be started by someone.
It's a pretty big program. It does talk to some BA
Oh, yeah.
systems.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I
You
mean,
have to do the back work with
Yeah.
the assets. I was just curious how to set it
Yeah.
that way, that's all.
if there's
No, no,
Yeah.
if
No, I
there's
was just
information,
curious.
if there's information on that and that's possible, it could be set up in the future.
Yeah, I was just curious if it was set up that way.
But if it's already gonna alert us from this program, we
Yeah.
don't need it alerting another program, right?
Yeah, no, I agree, I was just
Yeah.
asking. the
No, I-
question, that's all.
It'll be great if it did. It'd be great if it did.
Just go back and forth.
So,
You got the good group today.
yeah.
There was a bad group. You have videos of that?
So the green numbers here are, it kind of means two things. As we go through, the points in green are the ones I would prefer you guys to change. It's generally going to be set points and sort of things like that, because they won't necessarily cause a larger problem. We get more of that later. But the ones here on the screen in green are the rooms controlled by the reliable control system or the air handling equipment on the roof. The ones in white are the LG systems, and I can't change those set points from here as easily. So I'm relaying them back to you, but it's easier to probably go to the room and adjust, from the LG thermostat.
So the LGs, so not all rooms have the same HVAC system.
Correct. So generally, I think it's most of the resident areas
Are the same. Or
are on that LG system.
Okay.
So all the suites, or all four wings as a whole, and then like
But those LG systems are still in the rooftop, right?
yes,
But that's the ones in white, and the green ones, you said, what are they? You
they're
said
the big air handling units on the roof.
The big air handlers?
Yes.
Okay, but some of those are LGs too, right? Or not?
They're LG component to
Yeah, so I just wanna make sure I'm clear what LG, or what unit are we actually
Yes.
talking about?
what Derek's saying, like in the suite, you have an LG controller on the wall.
Okay,
On the other ones, like say in your office, you have a reliable.
Where I
controller.
can't change it.
okay.
But you're
That's
gonna
one
change
good.
that though.
But so in the dining area, there's a reliable control.
So the common areas would be
Okay.
generally on
I know the one.
Yeah, in the core here.
Yeah,
In the core
core
and
and
then-
hallways.
Yeah, so the way to think of it is the core is reliable, mainly, there's some LG controllers. And then in the pods, the dining room has a reliable controller. The rest will be LG, so like a chart room, therapy room, will be an LG controller, the tub room, all the resident suites
Because
are
that
LG.
would at least allow localized changing of the thermostats, right?
So if I'm on the rooftop and I'm looking at an LG unit, how do I know from like going north which one's running what's?
They're labeled on the roof, to a point.
Which is tied, that
And then
identification
he
is
has
tied
a
in
roof
there.
plan as well on here.
Just because you asked, off the main screen, there is a roof plan where I guess I didn't put the LG systems, but the air handling equipment is all shown here. The bigger, like air handling units, make-up air units, the kitchen make-up air for the ring, for the stove. That's all listed out here. So if you realize you have an issue with one of those units, you can kind of see where it is on the roof.
So if we go to this rooftop vision here,
Yeah.
and I'm having trouble with makeup area unit 3,
Yeah.
will it color code here for me? Like, will it be red so we know that that's where the problem is?
No, I've never thought to do that.
So if we're back at the charts, at the green numbers where you
Yep.
said you would like us to adjust,
Yep.
if I click on one of those locations, like the day program C11 at the top,
Yep.
will that trace me back to what unit on the rooftop, like say it's broken down or something?
What the issue?
Yeah, like will it map it right back?
Well, he's kind of not, you have it mapped.
Well-
Like, because you have it right and left, and one's
Well-
air handler 1, and one's air handler 2. for the most part.
Yeah, well, the air handlers go east-west instead of north-south. I broke it up north-south because it fit better on the screen.
Yeah, but it is that way, like, go
But
with
then-
floor plan, or. See, that's mostly your handler too.
Is it labeled though, like, so we know?
No, I was saying, ductwork wise, that would be mainly your handler too, those rooms. Whereas if we go
Are you
over to the other one, that would be mainly your handler one.
Are you sure? 'Cause I thought it was mostly
large
north.
extent.
I thought it was mostly north-south, like,
That's
because
all,
you know
that's
the
all your
equipment
handler.
though, Mike, but if we're looking at,
Yeah.
you really know the equipment, but if we're looking at it down here,
I have
you
it,
know, we have to have a chart or something.
I have it shown down here, like down the bottom corner, air handler 1, air handler 2,
Yeah.
as they're selected. And from those two links, we've got which yeah. So from the main homepage, and if you can click either home in the main in the bottom left corner or the Elder Care Lodge at the top is a home button as well.
Okay,
Second last column on the right, VAV systems.
yeah,
So air handler 1 VAVs and 2. If you click on number 1, just so we're looking on the same page, that's all the rooms off of that unit. Specifically off that unit.
off that.
And then you can go to each of those rooms from there if you by clicking 2 VAV, whichever one you want.
So in this window here, is it possible to adjust the temperatures right here?
Yep. So all those green
Can
those green set points are the adjustments.
So if we click on like where the green number is,
Yep.
we can adjust it up or down?
Yep.
Okay.
So if you click on one of those, and everything is, at least with the set points, everything's limited. So I'm keeping those within 22 and a half to,
22 to 24.
My clicker isn't working, can you not run council through login?
oh, maybe not.
Mike,
Um,
my clicker's not working. These are really quick moving
which
tests.
air handler would that be connected to?
All I can do is look.
Yeah.
All I can do is look.
It's gonna take one.
So it's 22 and a half to 25 is the limit on the that I've gotten the temperature to try and stay within, I think it's 22 to 26
Yeah.
is the ministry. So 22 and a half to 25 just gives some leeway that, you know, if we, I've had the discussion in other long-term care homes where they set it all to 22, but it's like, okay, if we hit 21.9, is that now a problem? Because they don't like getting that alarm at,
Right.
you know, 21.9.
So
So
it's out the factory humidity and all that stuff. right?
yeah, so I keep that 22 and a half set point just as a bit of buffer that I can dip down a little bit because your house thermostat only runs in half degrees or full degrees or something, not tenths or less. So we're kind of showing almost too much information,
Yeah.
if you will.
I was actually just gonna ask, is it possible to print a report, and if so, is it possible to narrow down the report to specific areas of the home, like 2 random resident rooms and different home areas, a couple different common areas? Cause that's like, we have to report on what stuff.
You're wanting to make
So
the macro.
So the answer is yes and no. With what we have for software, you can get all that data, but it's going to be manual. So you would have to go in and pull room temperatures. Everything's being stored long term. so it's all there. Creating the report isn't. So the to do that report would be extra software and work that way.
Is it possible to run a whole building report then?
In that regard, yes.
That's built in there now?
No.
So if they came in, minister came in and said, I want 2 weeks of your air temps, we can't pull a report off for the last 2 weeks?
Individual rooms.
Individual rooms.
You can use individual rooms? Or would we just have to pick what rooms we're gonna do and print it? Well,
That's good on
Just-
us, because we could just go and, which
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
have been good.
Yeah,
So go,
Sure.
I'm just trying to think. I don't think I have a way to.
because I know homes that on Red Rover, they don't have a Red Rover, Blue Rover, Red
Blue
Rover,
Rover,
Blue
yeah.
Rover. They don't have it on every room. They'll just have it on one room, in a common area.
Yeah, I need the raise.
So-
Sensor there.
Yeah.
I'm used to Alert Labs,
Yeah.
and very similar though, but Alert Labs internally would set up the 2 rooms that I wanted,
Yeah.
my common area,
Yeah.
all the other rooms that I had to have. So immediately, those were the rooms that were being monitored. So as soon as I logged on, I could see the temps.
I'm just trying to think.
But we still have to go around and do our temps
With the
manually
temps,
and
yeah.
document them. Like
Okay.
nursing still has to document those
Yeah.
temps.
So if we get back to our
screenshots of all of this. So let's just say if we, again, this is a more of a thing. Like let's just say I go in every day at 9 o'clock. And if the first thing I do is want to take a screenshot, if we can't get a report, I guess if the ministry comes in, we can always say we kept screenshots of the last 2 weeks at the same point in time.
no, you have,
So-
right now.
Yeah, but they typically will say, give me 2 weeks, give me the
Yeah,
last 2
yeah.
weeks.
You go here, you go.
Yeah.
so
But
in-
we'll have all of that.
Yeah, we'll have,
like,
yeah.
You would just go in,
It's right there,
It-
like
so
that.
so from here, these blue trend icons, we can go into them. And we're in room 3, and it will pull the data from the server in the IT room.
Mhm.
How did you get those trend icons? Sorry, I'm back at the home screen.
Oh, they
Go
were
to
So we go to your
plan.
floor.
Go to the floor plan.
Okay.
It's on your lap, in the list.
So any one of the areas.
On
Yeah.
on the folders, Mike? Or an actual home area?
Like
The
you're on the
actual
floor
home
plan
area,
and you
yeah.
got all those temperatures.
No,
and you go
she's-
to the left.
Yeah, so you have to go one farther. So if you go to the red, you click on the red area,
Okay.
and that'll show us all the list of these. These things.
Okay. If you click on that, okay.
If you click it, you'll have a graph.
For how long is that one?
So that
Yeah.
So this is a bit,
Some you set up have no.
Oh, but like, can we have the temps instead of that graph?
yes, actually, at the
Well, no,
top,
it depends how much we like the inspector.
at the top right here where it says show data.
Here, figure it out. Here, figure it out.
And then if you want,
So that's
if you want under more, you can export it to,
export to a PDF.
it'll be a CSV, which you can suck into Excel and it'll load for you. You don't even, if we export this now, just show you.
Yeah, here you go.
Depends
Figure it out.
Depends how friendly the inspector is. If he or she's nice, here, we'll sort it out. If not, here's a graph. figure it
Yeah,
out.
here's your graph.
Usually all I do is here's the Excel.
Yeah, figure it out.
Do what you'd like with that. Here, this is all the data. So this is going to be essentially indefinitely. So whenever I started the software and started archiving, a month or two ago, that's when this will start, and we'll have data from there ongoing. It's taking a reading of every room once an hour, which is
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
more than what you
I
would
think
need
that's
for.
what Alert Labs did as well, yeah.
Yeah, because I think for the ministry, it's like
Oh, it's
4 times a
daily.
day or
Yeah,
twice a
it's
day or
like, yeah.
something.
3 times.
So
Or, yeah.
you've got way more information than
Yeah.
they ever need, but you know, you have lots to kind of to go off of and know that everything's.
So that is like,
Too much.
oh, that's everything that you have been monitoring so far?
Yeah.
Is
Well,
it
for one room.
For one room.
So every one of these is a
one
separate,
room, yeah.
it's a separate room, and you have, but then like if we go into the,
So, question, sorry. Do we have something that monitors the whole building? That we have, like, does it all have to be separate rooms, or do we have something that tells us what our building is at?
how do you,
Like the temperature in our whole building, you know,
Like
like,
say an average reading of the entire thing.
We have that.
Piles all of that.
I really only have that for the center core, or, no, just for the center core. Like
and not
just
for
in here.
units, not for each unit?
No. So in the wings, I have all the rooms listed out,
Yeah,
I just don't necessarily have them like. in
so when
a-
we're printing off reports, we're technically printing off reports for each room, like
Okay.
every separate room.
Yep,
Okay.
Yeah,
in this case, yes.
No.
So the Reliant system, right? So that generally power cools off, the general areas.
Yeah.
Is there a centralized, going back to the third, is there a centralized average temperature for that system?
The only ones that I had calculated, were for like when I say the center core, the big air handling unit does a whole bunch of different rooms down here. So I have that max average minimum, but I use that to control the unit.
Oh,
So
that's where you get the average.
I had done it for a reason, more so than just, more so than just data,
Yeah.
Because that, like, the unit actually gets ran based on those numbers. But that's only for in here, the actual, like, suites and things. So for I think it's the dining room, the lounge, when you first walk out into the wing, it has its own unit with its own temperature. And then when we get into the offices and the suites and things, they're all individual
Individual.
heads,
Oh.
all the LG heads and like heat pumps in each room.
So it's almost like saying, do something similar to what you did, which is just.
We're just
designate-
going to designate our rooms.
Always room one.
Yeah.
Always room one. for
Yeah.
each
So
unit.
Yeah. On each unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might, if you let us know what you need, we
Mhm.
might be able to, like,
Do you know what I mean? Like when I say like Alert Labs would be able to, I would be able to go right on and I could see the rooms that were set up, that we are following, that we're,
yeah,
you could do that.
It's just having, basically identifying rooms already.
Already on your
We would
program.
make reports from, so let's just say room one of all the units, the dining room, the common area.
the 101,
Yeah,
room
yeah.
'Cause I can-
120.
because I can do that. Like if the easiest way I might be able to do that is if you said, okay, I'll take 8 rooms from that wing, 8 rooms from that wing, eight. I can set up a trend log with those 8 rooms in it, have those stored, so at least when you open that one, it'd be that 8.
Be those 8
Yeah,
rooms.
Eight.
Yeah.
And then we could
Yeah.
do 4 or 5 of those, do
Yeah.
one for each wing, one for the core, and
Yeah.
to kind of keep
Those are
it.
the identified areas, yeah.
Yeah, might
Yeah.
be kind of an in between
Yeah.
without having to spend a bunch of money on software and my time to try and develop some.
Or us having to go in and like separate the rooms and
Yeah.
pull
Yeah,
off a
because-
report for that and then pull off a report for that.
Mhm.
Cause you guys want to prioritize the shower tub room, the med room, right?
Well, 2 resident rooms,
2 resident
the
rooms.
common room,
Yeah.
and then there,
the shower, toilet break.
That's for the building design that you're talking about, but for us, for the
For
report.
the ministry report, they don't ask for that.
Yeah, it's different again.
There's like 6 areas, and why am I blanking?
Because the common is the same as the designated cooling
The
area.
I know, which
Yeah.
our whole home
Yes,
is
yes,
like a
yes.
designated cooling
Yeah,
area.
you have
Because we have
therapy room, and you
Yeah.
have your therapy room, your chart room, your med room,
Because it'd be the core, like we would need the core,
This is a cool.
2 resident areas.
Yeah, so that's.
At least 2 resident
bedrooms.
bedrooms in different parts of the home, 1 resident common area on every floor of the home, so we're 1 floor.
Yeah,
Which may include a lounge,
Which is
dining
crazy.
area, or corridor, and every designated cooling area if there are any.
Can I ask a question? What are you guys even talking about? I don't understand what you're talking about.
because you don't know long-term care.
Yeah, like, what do you have all these 2 rooms?
So this is the guidelines, Jay. So the Ministry of Long-Term Care, we have guidelines we have to follow. And in the guidelines, they tell us what we have to make sure the temperature is within 22 to 26.
Yeah.
So every day, the nurse has to go to these rooms and document what the temperature is. Yeah.
But you
so
don't wanna do every room, you're just doing checking.
we're just doing specific in the,
Okay.
yeah,
It has to be a minimum of something.
yes.
Yeah, and it has to be between certain times, so
Right.
once
Yes.
in the morning, once every afternoon between 12 and 5, and once in the evening.
And you enter it into this system?
No, no.
We pull it out of the system.
We're,
Just
yeah,
up
we
on the
pull
wall, it
the
says 22
data.
It tells you in the room what temperature it is. You can't look on that, you have to look on this to see.
We're hoping they're running because of the, because it has to be done at 3 different times every day.
And it has to be looked at for this program.
You could do it that way if you had consistent staff.
The air exchange.
Is this something that I'm gonna do?
This is the air exchange in this, and I'm just curious,
Yeah.
because I come from an old home,
Are you typing it in or?
and literally to turn my air exchange on and off, it was a light switch. So, when we have like a code gray, which is like an air exclusion outside, so like the fire, if there's a lot of smoke in the air. Would our air exchange be pulling air from the outside in, like would we be looking at turning our air exchange off if we're inside that?
If you need to.
Because it's pulling the air in, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So for each
For the
wing, there's a,
This will cover the.
they're basically great big HRVs,
yeah,
like you have in your house. So they're constantly pulling air out for your washroom exhaust, like washroom exhaust, tub room exhaust, and yeah, basically an exhaust
Yeah.
that you need, and then feeding that air back into the, like feeding fresh air back in to replace it.
so pulling it out and bringing the air in,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
If we have that air outside,
it might not hurt to come in and turn all that
to
off.
come in, and we can do this on this program.
Yeah, you would
So
do
I'm
that.
talking about like if we have a code gray, if we have the forest fires again,
Yeah.
right, and the air is terrible outside and we're pulling that air in now, and that's terrible for our residents.
Yeah.
Do we turn our air exchange off?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we should, right?
yeah, yeah.
But we have the special MERV filters up there, right, the higher MERV.
You have iron nerve
That's a
filters
filter.
for your room.
Too.
But will they help with someone who is like COPD,
you'd
lung
have-
issues?
Yeah, you turn the air off, now you got.
No, the air exchange, right? Like, but if you turn the air exchange, are you turning off the air as well?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Turn it
in-
We did it in my old
In,
home,
in
so.
that case, in the wings, yes. But the heat pumps will still operate,
Yeah.
so you'll still have
Cooling.
heating and cooling. You just won't have the fresh air intake.
Yeah.
And you won't have
So it's
washroom.
like a car, you're just running on the fan.
On the
Yeah.
internal.
On the internal fan.
Yeah.
That'd be the biggest issue, we would lose
It keeps
your
it
washroom
circulating.
exhaust.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which,
So it gets stink.
yeah.
It'll be muggy in there, basically.
Which, I mean, you could, like, if you wanted to be a little more hands-on, you could bring them on for,
You would cycle.
like, you could kind of bring it on for a bit, shut it back off again, kind of thing, just to.
Okay, so is there a way that we can look at, I guess, a report that is showing us the air quality within the home?
You have some CO2
I-
on
CO2, yes, but I I don't have VOCs or.
Yeah, like you know when they give us the air quality reports for outside, and
Yeah.
we've got our low, our moderate, and our high.
I don't have, I don't have VOC, I don't have any like particulate sensors in the
Mhm.
building, but there may be a, there might be a way I can pull it from Environment Canada, but I don't know if I have that piece of information, because I can pull a lot of weather data from
Mhm.
Environment Canada, but I don't know about when it comes to like smoke and stuff
Right,
like that.
right, and that's the only thing I worry about is smoke, because it's terrible for any residents with, you know, like
Yeah.
end stage COPD and,
Yeah.
but if these filters that Jay's talking about that we have, are you telling me that that's good enough? Like, are the filters good enough that it's going to make our air okay for our
Not-
residents in the
not-
event? We're, say, at a moderate or a
If you're moderate.
high, you like index outside, an air index outside, because we have to every day look at Health Canada what the air index is
Air
as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
You
air
you
quality.
have MERV 13. So I wouldn't necessarily deal with smoke.
No,
It would deal a little bit, but not.
Yeah,
to
it
its
depends
thing.
on how thick it is. And
and it's gotten pretty bad at times in the last
then-
few years.
because
It's
you're-
gonna continue, it's not gonna go away,
No.
it's supposed to get worse.
So like air quality is a concern for me, and our temperatures, the only time we should have a problem with our temperatures is if something is wrong with the LG system or, like
Something
Yeah.
our temperature should remain pretty stable in this home
Yes,
at what they're
because
set at.
I'm just adapting some of
to a large extent, because yes, you have a lot of systems, and not necessarily redundant systems in the same area, but in other words,
the offset.
like that one unit is in fault, it can have an impact, but there's other units serving adjacent areas which
Yeah.
would make up for that to a degree. It
So,
depends on which unit failed and which room we're talking about.
then if we have a problem with the air, we notice that one of our temps is out of whack, what are our interventions?
What do you,
So, depending on where it is in the building,
again, it depends where you are in the building, right? Because like where we're sitting, this is dependent on one big unit.
Yeah,
Whereas if we talk in
the resident home.
the home, like in the.
so just
in
to skip
the-
back for a second, circle
Mhm.
back. I can pull particulate matter information, which is likely smoke, from World Weather Online. It's just, it looks like it's gonna be Belleville or Kingston. It looks like the two closest
Yeah, it
locations.
is, yeah,
So
we
do you
use,
have
we use Belleville
Lots of
a lot,
contacts.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
usually what are the readings on the environment and climate change.
Really doesn't
Canada.
depend on the wind direction,
Wind
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's,
Consicon, usually
and,
falls under.
and Napanee won't give me Napanee, so it looks like Belleville, Kingston
Belleville's
is kind of our-
typically, that's where we go, yeah, cause
Yeah, so it is an option, I just don't know, I mean, we can look at it in the future.
yeah,
If controlling stuff to that is something we want to do or not, or if you just want the information, like, even if it's just the information on the screen, you can see it.
yeah.
But we can talk about that. As far as issues are concerned, I'm going to go back to this room because that makes my life easy. So, if the dining room across the way is, the family dining room across the way is out of whack. I mean, first things first, see what the set point is. Because if for whatever reason it's 26 degrees in there, but the set point is 26, even though it shouldn't be, then nothing's broken, just it's set on, right? So it could be as simple as turning it down or turning it back up again.
From here,
Or at the
or
thermostat.
at the, okay,
Or at the thermostat.
okay,
If that's good, we can click into the room it'll bring up more information from that heat pump. Now, that might be just more so too much information, but right here is alarms. So if this alarm off point or malfunction code is red and says something other than alarm off and 0, then we know that there's something wrong with that actual unit. And then at that point, either, you know, try resetting the thing and see if it comes back, or you may have to call a service person.
Are you the service, like, is your company the service people, or
We-
who's our, or
we
is that
can be.
Hamilton Smith? Or is
Well,
that where-
Hamilton Smith is me.
Oh, it
We're the
is?
same, yeah.
Well, that's who I asked you to
Division.
call, we're,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, actually, yeah, Shannon was talking about that today.
Okay.
I think we were trying to get her
Yeah.
equipment list because we kind of know.
Yeah,
we have all the
yes,
information.
and Hamilton Smith usually has a great, system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they, like, for the actual heat pumps, we would send them.
okay,
Chances are they'll ask us to have a look before they even come out anyways, just because. But it's going to depend a bit on warranty and stuff as well. Like, for the next little bit, you should have warranty through Thousand Islands Mechanical, who installed it, right? So other than just maintaining it for belts and filters and stuff like
Yeah.
that, I would like to think they'd be coming down to.
Yeah, I've reached out to them as well, but I haven't got a response back.
Okay.
we have 1 year warranty on our building, correct? Yeah, so we have 1 year warranty on all our stuff in our building, but if it's something that's not under warranty, then like
Day-to-day
Hamilton
maintenance,
Smith
yeah.
or someone would have to,
Yeah.
whoever it's our people.
Yeah, the day-to-day maintenance would be
Yeah,
Hamilton Smith,
that-
I would imagine.
Good, yeah.
And then Thousand Islands can, because we work pretty close with Thousand Islands on stuff, so I'm sure they, you know.
Okay.
But,
So we have an error in our temp,
Yeah.
we go to the room, check the temp on the wall or wherever if it's the same as what's in here,
Well, I mean, just
Then-
if it's set high and we're hot, well, turn it back down.
yes, readjust if you have
Yeah.
to, but if it's not and it's normal,
Yeah.
then we shouldn't get it.
Yeah, then I mean, and then maybe it's off, or there's a handful of situations that.
It's
you know,
just really hard because this is one thing that the ministry really looks at
Yeah.
is air quality and air temps in the building. So we just want to make sure we have a good handle on, and like, what is your interventions if it is out of range, right? What are you doing? So I just want to make sure we have a good plan and everybody's aware what we do when it's out of range.
So for the core area, in the offices here, say for.
We don't care about us, just the resident.
Yeah.
We don't-
Ministry doesn't care.
Just
about
change
you.
mine, right? Just change mine.
I get a lot of phone calls to say otherwise from people.
It's awful hot in my office, Mike.
So the way that these air handling units work is we're trying to keep everybody cool, but then we have electric heat in the ducts for the people that get too cold and we're trying to warm them back up again. So we can try and reheat that way. Obviously this room is, well, we're a little bit warm in here right now, but the way that these units are working is we're controlling everything to the average of all the offices. So right now the average temperature is 23.2, and we're set to is 22.7. So we're a half a degree warm, but not too far off. The units from there kind of control themselves. The air conditioning is running currently, and the unit's given 22 degree air, so we're just kind of, everything's holding and we're good. As it warms up outside and things need more air conditioning, then this will drop down and provide more cold air.
Automatically?
The idea behind the system is you guys hopefully don't have to touch it.
Mhm.
If I've done my job right, you don't need to do much,
That's right.
if anything.
And I've seen humidity, because humidity is another thing that we have to document as well.
Yep.
I have a
So-
question about the baseboard heater. Where's the thermostat for those?
They're,
It's
they're,
on here.
On this?
well, the baseboard here is where, like,
There's
the storage room and stuff?
There's around, there's no thermostat, it's on the wall.
it's out here. So the storage rooms and stuff, the baseboard heaters are here.
Yeah.
I think there's baseboards in the residence rooms, in the suites.
Yes.
They're,
No, none sweet, there's electric duct unit.
oh, is that what it is? That heater's built into the LG thermostat. But I have control through here, the baseboards.
So a little bit of control from here.
Yeah. And they're usually set cooler, like probably 18 degrees, just
Just
because of
a
the,
little room up. So
yeah,
it's
if-
storage room.
yeah, storage room,
So the pipes don't freeze.
yeah, storage room, who really cares? Like, you know, if it's a little bit cooler than the rest of the
Yes.
building, do we care? It's like, the building itself is gonna maintain it for the most part. So, man, we've bounced around. We have bounced around.
So I have a question. So say you've adjusted the temp.
Yep.
It's out of range, you adjust it, and everything's kosher, nobody's touching it, but for some reason it keeps going out. Is there a way to do a, not a hard reset, but a soft reset in this system? Like without physically going up and turning the power off to that unit, can
Not-
you do a soft reset?
No, not really. It shouldn't need it. Probably if you're to that point, you're probably giving me a call, and I can get in from the office, so I don't even have to. We don't even have to leave our desk. If something's acting up that bad, we may even be able to point you in a direction. If it's a unit issue or it's a bit of a strange system you have here because the units have their own control system in them, and then we work with that to make everything happen. So when we start having problems, it's where's the problem, and I can probably pin that down a lot easier to say, okay, you know, like if you call me and I say, okay, we'll have to send out Hamilton Smith, I have no problem just going to the front office and saying, can you send a guy out to Mohawk Long-Term Care? It's good, you know. I won't even ask him to make a second phone call. Or if it's like, if I can log in and quickly reset something or whatever, just, you know,
So-
do that while we're on the phone.
Sounds like you're gonna be our first contact.
Probably generally, yeah.
Okay. Do we have your contact information yet?
So have you seen those kind of issues already where the software between the equipment and the controllers and the sensors aren't communicating smoothly, where you're having to go in the background and
We've
do a
ironed most of
soft
that out.
reset?
We've ironed most of that out with the unit manufacturer. There was at the very beginning, and we've since got that sorted.
Okay.
So things have been better, and things have been working well.
Better, so you see in like errors once a week, once a month?
No. I think to be honest with you, it's more I just haven't been paying attention. Like I think everything's been good. I haven't heard any otherwise.
No alerts have come through?
Yeah, you guys aren't saying it's screaming hot. We're melting. And,
Oh, it is in my office.
Actually, it's quite cold in some of the home areas when you walk down in.
Okay.
And obviously underneath the venting, Mike and I went down and looked at it. And we didn't know if it was like the way it's engineered for people load, once you get people in there.
Yeah.
If you're thinking it's gonna, like, we don't know.
Adjust, like is
Yeah.
it, right now, is it
It's an empty space right now.
on, like how it's gonna be on, I guess?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other
It's
than
off above your-
other than your
Check it.
other than you're gonna have 150 more people in here.
Yeah.
You know, the like one issue for that dining lounge area, I mean it's set to 22 and a half. I don't know if that's just too cool to start with. Like I know seniors want it warm, and it's the battle, it's just the usual battle between seniors and work staff. Is
Yeah.
The seniors want 25 and the staff want 18.
Well,
and
it's their
nobody's
home,
happy,
so we
right?
give it to what they want.
Yeah,
Like, we
I
go
just-
get a drink, cool off, go,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I just,
Yeah,
it's
no,
the general, depends who you talk to, you're gonna have
Yeah.
to talk to the PSW.
Until health and tourist, yeah, the health
Yeah,
and safety.
the
board.
PSWs want an 8,
But the
19.
dishroom can be lowered in that back area where the dishwasher is.
Yep.
The servery, yeah,
In the dishroom.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean, like for the dining and lounge room, would turning it up to 23.5, 24 make life better? Maybe. The only problem with limiting air temperature is it limits the ability to maintain that temperature. So if we say, okay, the unit can't provide less than 20-degree air, well, maybe we can't hold 22 degrees in the room because it's just not providing full enough air it's not providing enough air conditioning to make that happen.
Because we haven't started with the settings, basically. Because we're going to do that.
We have to fine tune some of those things.
Yeah, we're gonna like,
So-
yeah,
To gain it in.
well, like, it's only, remember, the regs only say 22, there's no high level of the temp, there's no.
Yeah,
They just
we're
want
in
to
26, right?
26.
You can't get the 26. We've pointed that out to you.
And you know, inspector pointed out to me that only 22, don't worry about how high you get.
Yeah,
I would think high is still.
they rejig someone,
Yeah.
I think when they took out that.
It has to be in working or otherwise we're gonna
Now,
have a heat stroke with
What
residents.
about the, oh, sorry, I have this fine.
That's that.
When I was walking around, like the tub rooms where they have the skylight, it seems really warm in there.
I haven't been monitoring.
And then,
The tub rooms are
Some.
following, this is a strange thing, so it's kind of a strange thing. So the design manual for the long-term care homes is following a different temperature mandates for the tub and shower rooms, opposed to what we're monitoring on normal operations. So it's different in there right now. And, cause Mike's been working on that and it's kind of working through it, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of a hard one to balance.
It seemed
right?
warm
'Cause
yesterday, yeah.
Right now, we're gonna meet what the ministry needs for the design manual, and then we'll be able to adjust.
Yeah, you have.
That was the
you
conversation
have an
with
individual
Lisa
need.
yesterday, to get within our window. That's, not less than 22 and not more than 26, not 26 or more, I should say.
One thing to think of is the core and where we are is different than the wings. So whether it's Bear, Eagle, Wolf Rate, all those almost every room in that floor plan has an individual control. Not so much here.
yeah.
We start kind of sharing a big unit. Over there, it's more.
But they
it's broken
can't,
down.
they can't control it in their room, right? Like, they can't change the temperature if they wanna change the temperature themselves.
We're gonna lock that.
They're okay.
But for the design manual, they have to be able to, Lisa, please.
But what if someone puts it to 20? I'm too hot.
So for the walkthrough, it'll be adjustable, and then after the walkthrough, we're gonna lock
But,
it.
okay,
Yeah.
Well, actually, talking to Lisa yesterday, she said we could lock it.
yeah.
She's gonna lock it right away, Gene, and then just
So the
let
ministry,
the ministry come back and
the
say, unlock it.
yeah, so they want it between 22 and 26, but yet they want the resident to be able to adjust the temperature to whatever they want in their room. So I had a young guy,
Yeah.
who was like,
In a window,
We were creating a temperature window.
yeah, in the window.
That they would be able to lock it.
well, yeah, so that makes sense. As long as it's in the window, we're fine. So that's not really giving them the opportunity to put it where they want it.
No, it's very
Minimal.
Well, where you want it within, where you want it within.
Where the ministry wants it, not where they want it.
Yeah.
Because we might, like, we get young people, like, we get a lot of people under 65 who, you know, might just be like, oh, this is way too hot. My father sleeps with the window open in the winter. You know what I mean? Like, I think
Well, I've
of
had
people
that.
like that.
I've had that.
Yeah.
Before,
Yeah.
with in long-term care homes with,
Yeah.
you know, I'm sending out the alarm to say the room's too cold because the
'Cause they
ministry
thought-
says it's too cold, but
yeah.
then the window's open and I get the argument with the administrative staff of, well, why is it so cold in there? Well, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Go unbolt their window shut?
But
Like,
but he wants his window open, or she wants
Yeah.
her window open, so then what do you do?
It's
Like,
space.
Treat it like this.
so usually what ends
Anyways,
up
it's-
usually what ends up
yeah.
happening is the maintenance staff knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
And who those people are, or
Or
who
else
has
find out.
who has their air conditioner because medically they require it.
Yes.
And
I won't be those people.
and you know, you have those people that require that cold temperature, and they go, yeah, whatever, we're not worried about that. They're happy, you know. And then whether the ministry agrees or not, well,
Yeah.
you know, like maybe that's between
Care
you guys
plan.
and the ministry to say
Yeah.
that he likes his window open, and who are we to stop him? You know.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Because it's gonna throw our temp off, like in the report.
if you're
Yeah.
reporting that specific room.
Yeah, right?
So why you don't take the.
No, documentation and care planning.
I was just gonna say, we document.
Document and care planning, yeah.
And just get, put that room in a different, you know,
Yeah.
Just make sure not to pick that.
Yeah, we're not picking that one.
Yeah, it's showroom.
So how quickly can we change the clusters once we've identified?
That's
Sorry, mine's
Well, that's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, because that could happen, right?
Yeah, that's a real life thing.
The change on my side is seconds. I just
Okay, good.
I don't know how I don't know how it translates after I make the change. I don't
Yeah.
because it's not one of those things where we're usually doing that. So I don't have a good answer. I don't know.
Well, because I figure if you already set up a cluster and you have to change it, you don't have the data to give you
Well-
an average or anything.
Well, the way I was going to do it, the data would still be stored because I wouldn't stop collecting it.
You're just extracting it.
Yeah.
There's some practice in this field.
I don't know.
Yeah, because technically you're extracting it from the same database.
Exactly, but
It's just a different identifier. to your-
it's the way I was planning on doing it. I don't know how it would,
Yeah.
because it's not
You can, yeah.
without getting into the reporting software end of it. I think I can do what I want to do, but you know,
It's the how.
yeah, exactly, exactly. It's the execution that
Yeah.
I'm not as sure of. But yeah, like the ministry in reality becomes is always always a problem, a friction point, you know, and then.
How far back can you go with the report then? Does it only store it for 90 days or?
So, I'm hoping we're gonna have 5 to 10 years worth before I have to even think about it. So the way that it works is, I have a computer in the IT room. It's running SQL server. We're limited to 10 gigabytes of data before I have to refresh the server. So, and even that being said, I don't have to delete anything. I just have to start new. So it's going to depend on how quickly we fill that database, the 10 gigabytes. And I'm hoping for 5 to 10 years before we even have to think about it. And then we just refresh it and keep going, you know. And
But does it move forward, like will it overlap, could you overlap the new data coming in so that we don't lose like the last 5 years? Or do you do a complete, I guess we could download it.
the way that I normally do it, I would just stop it and start fresh, and all of this would just stay saved.
It's just archived.
It's just archived.
We can.
The only trouble with that would be just that, you know, for the next for the next while, you can't look back behind that. You just can't look
Yeah,
behind the
if it
face.
starts.
Why would you
showing-
wanna look back a couple of years what the temperature was?
We need a year.
We need a year.
We need a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Why
more,
not?
it's more
So
than,
if it's just ministry card.
They might just take a year's.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter for 5 or 10 years.
No.
I
No,
may,
but we
I
need a
may
year.
have a way to purge that to,
So like that's the thing, like couldn't just get to like the end mark or full and then start again if we need that. We always need to
No, there's no
get the previous
continuity between
year.
between.
Every 2
well,
years.
doing it that way, we don't lose it. It's still here on the computer and can be pulled. It's just a different,
You may get two reports.
it's a different way to pull it, if you will.
Yeah, you get two
So
reports.
like, it's just, but there might,
Mhm.
Because if it's not, if there's an end point to the first year, let's just say, then it's, you just have to look at the end points, right? So it's two reports instead of one.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
something I'm gonna have to look into, because there might be a way I can purge after 2 years or something.
Mhm,
We
yeah,
just-
because-
and everything that's more than 2 years old, we just get
Just
rid of
get
and
rid of
keep,
it.
and just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
That's something.
Rarely will they ask for a whole year's data anyway, so, but it really depends on the inspector you get, so.
Mhm. Oh, it does. It
Yeah.
really does.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We just get enough people that 3 years from now go, hey, can we see what this did for the last
Yeah.
3 years? And we go, well, we never put that software in. Nobody ever asked for it before today,
Right.
so no. But in your case, we have that option. It's just,
You could just have that within your maintenance contract,
well, no,
so you
well,
manual
I think-
EAS.
I think I have a way I can set it up to purge after so long that it just cuts the old, like after, like say 2 years, it just cuts the data off automatically.
So, I'm just thinking for when, so just to kind of, so I don't have her brain at all. But when we do our walkthrough with the ministry, you know, they're gonna be looking at stuff like this, and they're gonna wanna know that we understand our heating and, right, our cooling system, and how we're monitoring our temperatures. So all of our rooms are individualized, right? And they are controlled by air handlers or an LG system. So by two separate systems are controlling different parts of the building?
Yeah.
You have a lot of systems when you break it down that way.
Oh, God. Okay, give me an easy way to,
Easiest way to understand
Yeah.
that. So if we take what we see on the screen there, which is your typical pod, call it. Each of the suites has an air handler. A group of suites, we'll use the number 4, like 4 suites, are hooked up to one outdoor unit. Okay, so it's one outdoor piece of equipment, but 4
for 4
individual-
units.
4 individual.
Every home
So in
area
terms
has
of,
its
say,
designated-
Gene, in terms of a mechanical fault, you might lose a group of 4 rooms because we have a deck compressor, right? Same on the outdoor.
It's a compression?
Huh?
What is it? An air unit up there? Is that what you called
A
it?
condensing unit on the
A
roof.
condensing unit,
On the roof, which, whereas a
controls 4
compressor is,
units.
as you say, doing,
Yeah,
it changes, sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 5, right? Well, this is- So it would do 4 of your occupant suites, right?
yeah.
You would have you have a similar system doing your like chart room, therapy room, those nursing staff rooms, right? And tub room, shower room, same type of thing. Each room has its own air handler,
Yeah.
but then but a group of those goes to one outdoor unit,
One condenser unit.
one condensing unit, right? And then what you have is you have in your dining common area, you have one large rooftop unit, which is doing your heating and cooling for that area. And that has a sensor on the wall, kind of in the middle of the room in the corridor there. You'll see it on the wall. And then you have a big, large air handler on the roof, which is the makeup air and exhaust. So that's exhausting from basically all the rooms in that area, and providing fresh air
So the air exchange.
back to each room
Okay.
and back to
Do you
each area.
have the
Plus
term?
over the nurses' station, you've probably seen the big grill over the nurses' desk, right?
That's
the
the
big
air
grill.
exchange, right?
Hmm?
The grills are for the air exchanges, right?
That's bringing fresh air into
Fresh air
that,
back in.
into
Okay.
that clear story, that, where you have the skylights up top. That's
Like
fresh air
those
there.
grills?
I kind of walk through.
Well, so like in here, and so then when we talk
Yeah.
about in here, in the
Yeah.
core, right?
Yeah, right.
This is the return air grill, the air coming in through the sock, that duct sock. Or it's coming in through those rounds over there on the wall. It's leaving the room through the white
Through there.
ones, or these
Or
ones
there.
up there.
So it's coming in through the.
So it's-
okay.
So it's pushing air, in, it's
Constantly
pushing air out.
circulating.
Yeah, and then your offices is coming in through your ceiling.
Oxygen coming in outside.
And your office is coming in through your diffuser and your ceiling, right?
Do you know when, do they close off, like when we do a fire drill and the panels then set off?
Yes, there's smoke dampers
So,
on that fresh air system, there's
Yeah.
smoke dampers that are hooked into, that have their own smoke detector, and that's all hooked into the fire alarm system, and then as well, the fire alarm system shuts down air handlers.
so to get them back up, like these, to open up these ducts, is that something we would do from in here once?
No, that would be reset
Or
the
when you
fire
reset
alarm.
the fire alarm, it
Yeah,
all
automatically do it?
automatically.
Reset the fire alarm.
Cause I know the roll down doors, I think we have to have them reset, right?
One oddball thing we have,
Hmm.
we have an oddball. Like we're sitting in what's classified as a spiritual room, right?
Yeah.
And we have this wall that goes across, partition wall that goes across here. So that grill up there is a separate exhaust grill. It goes directly outside, doesn't go back to the air handler. It goes. So if you were doing smudging in your
Yeah.
exhaust, presently you would have to go on the computer, Jean or Jay would have to go on the computer, turn that exhaust fan on, and that would draw
Straight out.
straight air.
So,
Can you pull it up for us and show us, yeah?
so
That's exhaust
We're
fan
in.
10.
Right.
we're in room CO3, which is the
Mhm.
the
Yeah, he has
spiritual
partition.
community room. I showed the partition here.
Yeah.
You know, if we go into this room, it will show that exhaust fan and that damper that he's talking about in the return air duct. This ceremony schedule here is what I called it, you know, for smudging or whatever. If we click on that, it'll bring up a weekly schedule. I don't know if that'll be like a regularly,
Yeah.
you know, every Saturday at this time. That's, you know, we're gonna close this off and do that. I don't know how it works. I can't. But if we what are we, Wednesday at 2:00? So all we have to do is click and drag. The red zones are where it would be active, the schedule is active, green is off.
Okay. So it automatically will
Yes.
turn
Yeah.
on.
So when we save this, it'll ask for a reason. We save this schedule. When we back out of here, what's going to happen? And you can hear the
Oh,
fan
yeah,
coming
yeah.
on now. And then, so that exhaust fan comes on, we close off the return back to the rest of the building. And I start providing more fresh air into this room that can be pulled out. So the idea would be none of the smoke would go back to the building, it would go.
It just goes straight
Outside.
up, yeah.
So wouldn't hurt to, you know, if if the ceremony is an hour, maybe let that go for an hour and a half or something, just to flush out, flush the air out before you do start sending it back to the room, because if it is kind of smoky in here, you could set off smoke detectors or something, and nobody wants that, So I would say run the schedule a little long, just to flush the room out.
That's something, I think at the end of the day, you necessarily haven't written an SOP for yet.
No, I just said, I don't think we have a smudging policy, so,
Yeah.
so I said, can you look at that?
You might need to do that,
Yeah.
because you might want to also, on the fire alarm, basically
Yeah.
the zone, bypass the zone for that period of time too. I mean, I think it's to be seen yet, like, so this is active, is it have enough to get rid of all the smoke, getting to the smoke detectors.
Is there detectors in this room?
This room, I can't remember.
Sprayers for sure.
Well, there's always sprinkler, everything's sprinkled.
Yeah, but no smoke
Here's
detector.
this one. Detectors.
There'll be detectors within this one. I don't see them, that's over there.
Yeah, I see one over there.
I think they left it out over here for that reason.
Would make sense, because there's no way that this is going to pull 1400 CFM is going
Yeah, no,
to flush that well. If you get naked smoking.
no, I think they took the smoke out here, but I mean, that smoke's still there, this wall is not.
That's all I need is if
Slow it down.
well, I just need to keep it closed off long enough. It should.
Mike, does it have designated smudging areas outside, like the building plan? I was wondering about
I think that's supposed to be that area there.
here.
In our fire
And
pit,
then
and
the back of the ceremony.
the ceremonial
On
fire
that
pit,
side.
yeah. Cause I wanna say,
And then you
I
have
don't
the
know if there's
medicine wheel.
smudging in here.
You have the medicine wheel.
Yeah, up top.
Up top. Yeah, I don't know, this is just
Yeah.
classified as a
Yeah.
spiritual room.
Yeah.
And they put that out, it scared exhaust.
Mm-hmm.
Did the building permit, I don't know if this is right.
There is no building permit,
There isn't? Oh,
there's no building department, because
Oh.
we're on,
On territory.
Okay.
That's
Isn't Tom building?
Tom, basically.
Tom, yeah, it's Tom. You can ask Tom.
Yeah, no, but I mean, yeah, there's no
Permit
formal
required.
entity, the same
or-
as,
It's not looking to be
Okay.
wherever.
I was just wondering about exterior smoking areas for residents and staff.
Oh, yeah, just throw it on my desk, thank you.
I don't know in terms of your smoking policy, yeah.
Yeah, we're-
Timmy Q on that.
People are smoking out there. Yeah, up front.
Because it's, all that stuff's different. Yeah, but remember, this is the first long-term care on territory across Canada.
Yeah.
So basically, the end of
Not
the day, you
across
guys.
Canada. No.
Is not a long-term, is it?
Yeah, Akwesasne has a long-term care home. This, I think, is
Okay.
the fifth, maybe? Fifth? Yeah, there are others, but, not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
So you're saying it's illegal?
I think so.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Nothing is illegal, Jay.
Just not allowed.
It might not be in policy.
You look up incense, aren't you? You look up incense or candles?
No.
No.
No. Yes, resident risk, Jay. Think of risk.
What do you think Alice's little candle is a flip switch on the bottom?
So presently,
Okay.
this is set up to be done here. I discussed it in the meeting whether additionally as an extra thing later, whether, and I would be up to say to you guys, is do you want a switch on the side, like a timer switch, right?
Yeah, that we could just do it right there, make it easy.
Yeah.
Because he would just,
Yeah.
they would have a timer switch, Derek would program that in as an input and then it would just be.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
push the button. and the
Yeah.
light comes on.
Currently, right now, all we can do is say that's schedulable, right?
Yeah.
And The only thing about this is, you know, every Wednesday from what do I have here, 2 to 4:30, we would go into this
Even make it a
mode.
continuous event, basically.
Yeah, and if you forget about it, then every Wednesday forever we
Yeah, okay.
we purge until somebody comes in and deletes it. So
Okay. But it's something we can do as well,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
It's
on
something you
our
can
end.
do.
Yeah.
Off of the BAS
Yeah.
system.
Okay.
I personally felt that maybe it needed to be a bit similar to the wall strip.
Mm-hmm, yeah, yeah.
Tom decided that that can be dealt with
Later.
later. So,
How much is it to do that? About,
it wouldn't be bad. I don't have an answer for that.
yeah.
I don't do the pricing.
$1 million.
It shouldn't be that expensive because we've
Yeah.
got the controller just on the backside of this wall, so we just have to fish a wire up the wall
it's
and
too
put
bad
it.
it wasn't done right away instead of, but, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a matter of fishing in like at the back of this wall into the ceiling, and
Mhm.
we've got control right there. We could tie into, you know, the one for this room is just on one side of this wall, so it isn't bad. I can't imagine it could be, you know, a couple hours. It would be.
It's like a day's work and some material, right? It's not-
So can you just show me again when you want to report, how you got a report? And I know it's room by room.
So
Yeah, presently, we,
Yeah, so let's say
because we're on this screen, the temperature and CO2 archive here, that will bring up the same data as the, so we can click into there to bring that up.
Mhm.
Can you do it right from the home screen? though?
Like we log in to our home screen.
So
Right.
from
We go-
the home
yeah.
screen, the building floor plan, pick your area you want. We'll go down here. And
Basically,
then
there's 5 possible areas, right?
Six.
Six.
yeah. I had to split the center floor
Okay.
into halves.
On
And
the,
then-
oh yeah, okay.
The blue trend log icons for whichever one you want to grab.
Trend log, okay.
And then it's working on pulling
And
information.
when
from
you get there, can you pick, say I want it from Monday
The range?
to, yeah, is there a date range you can put in?
There will be, but right now it seems I gotta fix that.
Okay, so there will be,
There will be.
when we go in, we can put the date range that we want.
It's
Okay.
a simple fix. I have missed something.
Okay.
Or something happened since I was last here and it's not working.
So, when I can't get in anymore because it kicked me out, but when I was on that graph view,
Yep. So
how do you go from the graph view to this, to that
right at
export
the top,
thing?
right at the top, there's show graph or show data.
And then from there you go to, because it's
then-
gonna pull up the graphs first, isn't
Yep.
it?
Yeah, probably.
matters what was left in.
More-
And then-
more
and then
to
export.
Okay, that's when it kicked me out right there.
And that will download the information.
To the, okay.
So
And
that
that's
will-
how we print off our report.
That will download whatever's on here.
Yeah,
Until you, that search, that range thing is.
Yeah. Well, it's still then, it's just whether you're showing 2 weeks or a day or a month or, you know, it'll export whatever's here on the.
so,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just
My
thinking
brain's
like,
going.
I know, like for the nurse, right, Richard? Guys, when the nurse comes in and she goes to do her temp logs, are we doing it for, they don't have access to this, right? So they
Well,
literally have to go to the room.
There's,
Or can we do it right from here?
you can. So what I can do is I can set up a couple I prefer to set up a couple different passwords.
Limiting access.
So, like, obviously, you would want more access than say the nurses that are just logging in to take some temperature logs.
Yeah,
So I can set up a nurse login that is just view only.
Yeah.
And they can go in, pull this up, sit at any old computer in this building,
Yeah.
pull it up, take their
Wow.
readings and
just log,
Like
And-
nice from look.
You know.
Yeah.
And then for you, we can have a higher level that
And
can essentially
print
do
it
like-
off, like go in, see the,
Yeah.
trends and print off the reports
Yeah.
and.
Because even like on that view only login, they would be able to pull all this if they wanted to as well. It's just where it changes is the view only one wouldn't be able to change any set points or shut off a unit or, you know.
But you're going to see if you can set up the rooms that we set up,
Yeah.
right? So that when they do log on, the rooms that we're recording are going to be there for them.
Always
Depends
the
on
same.
how you want to do this. So, I mean, everything is right here. So whether they just click into 6 screens and go, okay, room 310 is 23.5 degrees right now, and room 412 is this. You know, they can click through the 6
Do it
screens.
randomly every day.
Yeah.
So there's two things, right? So obviously one is the report thing, which is the identified lane or whatever.
Yeah.
For the view only, could we just have under identify just room one of each unit? Like, you know, like identify units at that point in time.
I can.
Like it's the same code, you're calling it the same, you just need a common area still.
Yeah.
A certain wing, just what the real-time temperature is at some point
I
in time.
think we should
That's-
look at the whole thing.
Yeah.
Cause they're only looking, they're not running them.
And do you,
Yeah,
do you
they just
mean
want-
do random rooms every day?
No, just the same ones.
Or the same
I would
ones.
just suggest that's the same ones, right? Or,
Because I guess
For
it's.
the report, and
yeah.
but for the nurse to look, I think it might be beneficial
To
for
have
us
all.
the whole building, because if they're, I don't know.
Yeah, it really, yeah.
Because like we've got options. I can have it set up. I can put in a screen for the nurses that would only have those dozen rooms on it,
Yeah.
and just as a list essentially, or you know they can go through these pages.
Just have a scoreboard, that's it. Use everything.
Yeah, it's up to how you guys want to do that, I guess.
Because, so I think, and like we're going to, even though we're one floor, we're still going to do temps in each unit, right? Are we gonna take 2 rooms from each unit?
So,
I think,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, so.
Really only need two.
No, I know, but we could go over and and above
Yeah,
and do from each unit.
yeah.
Because if the charge nurse can sit down and goes on that unit, does her 2 temps, and the dining room, goes on the other unit, her 2
Because
temps.
when I was on the phone, we used to just look at the thermometer on the nursing station. Just the nurses, it has the Humidex and it has the thermometer, so, yeah, things may have changed since I was on the floor, but, do we want random or set?
Mhm. Like we always
locations?
put set, but
So we can do a set.
I guess that brings up another question, are you only logging temperatures or are you logging humidity?
So in the summer,
we're supposed to be doing humidity too, the percentage.
Say 10.
So
But we have to check.
We have to check policy. I know Omni was
Because they're
temp
very-
and humidity.
so there's only so many humidity sensors in the building.
so where would those sensors be? At any point in time?
That's a better question. That's a better question.
Because if
think
it's
the
like in a
LG
common area, that should do.
I
All
mean,
the LG has 50 or even full.
they do not.
They do have to control it.
They do not. Where did I stick that little cheat sheet? This right here.
Whatever happened to just.
And
This air conditioner's gotten so complicated.
Oh, yeah.
I was just used to high cool, low cool, fan.
Fan.
Fan. There's a thermostat that goes up and down.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's that piece there.
Assessment, yeah, we did that. Okay, yeah. So where's the temps?
I think Mike, it's the more the suites don't have humidity range.
It's the common area.
It's the serveries have humidity.
Yeah.
The more like the common.
That doesn't.
Well, the different model.
Yeah.
So the sitting area, the sitting area, the surgeries,
Yeah,
the nurses, administration
I
area.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that is
Might
the
be
same thing everywhere.
The suites
There's
don't.
different models. right?
Because I made a list of all the rooms and the humidity readings, and it looks like a couple of them have started cropping up some extra readings here around me.
So those are all the rooms?
Do you want, this screen isn't, this screen was just a something I had kind of thrown a whole bunch of stuff on just to see what had humidity and what didn't. And the left side of the list is everything that does, and the right side is everything that doesn't. But these aren't listed out in room numbers that anybody's gonna understand. Because this was just like the LG system addresses of like 34 and 3A and AE and B5.
Yeah.
You know,
So I'm seeing 77%. Is that right? In the third list at the top, 76%, 77?
no, that's just room address 76 is 0%.
Oh,
It's only
Like,
it-
whoa.
these
Those are just addresses.
these ones here are the ones that have a humidity reading at all, and the
Oh.
rest of them don't. So I was just checking
Okay.
things out one day. So yeah, there's very few humidity readings in the building.
You have LG equipment, they have various models.
mm-hmm.
Aside from that, if we're
But if we needed to take humidity,
It'll be the common area.
where
So-
are we?
It'd be more like common areas.
so the makeup air units, the air exchange
Mhm.
units, they have a humidity reading on the air leaving the building. So we get kind of an average of the
Area.
of the air getting sucked out of all of the sanitary exhaust, we call it,
Off of the southwest or opposite.
Mhm.
for that wing.
So that 24, is that,
So the
where's,
That's the air temperature. and
that's the temp?
temperature and then humidity below it.
So yeah, we have to do humidex readings for the building.
Yeah, that's good. So,
You do have to do it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have various. Like, so each seating area has
Oh,
one,
yeah.
you know, or
Some
at
could
the
use
end of the hallway.
Yes, yeah, at the end, like where
There's a
the,
humidity
okay.
sensor at the end of that, each corridor column. There'll be a humidity sensor there, there'll be a humidity sensor at the nurses area.
The nursing station has one, so.
So some of this might come down to what do you need, what do I have, and how can I make this easier?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because that one I'd never heard of before, being humidex readings. It was, and all anybody's usually cared about was temperature, so I kind of geared everything on the temperature side.
Mhm.
It says here it wants us to monitor and record air temperature, humidity, and humidex readings in the building.
Humidex is calculation
Off the average.
of the
But
temperature.
will this program do that for us?
If I knew,
And how often is the humidex recorded?
And just being able to know where to go to find that. So the nurse can write it down, right? Yeah.
But do they need to write it down if this is?
We do have to record it. Yeah, we have to record it.
It's recorded.
No, I know.
They don't want to talk.
It's still to be seen, but I mean, your building is a very controlled environment. This building, right, because there is so much of heating and ventilation equipment.
We're okay.
So
Like the important thing is the ventilation, because that's gonna get the humidity out, so it won't sit, like the humidity won't sit in one space.
No, because I mean, you have a very large degree of air temperature. So to understand, like, obviously the exhaust system is 100% fresh outdoor air coming in.
That's pushing out the humidity.
In the dining area, you have 40% is outdoor air. right? You're recirculating, but there's all, so 40, and same here, 40% fresh air.
So for the rooms that I have humidity, I should be able to calculate the humidex.
Right, okay.
Looks a little complicated, but I should be able to calculate
Right.
the humidex,
What's the percentage?
and then be able to relay that. But that would be more of a.
And would that be like a humidex for each living area?
Well,
Yeah.
There's humidity
That-
sensor at some certain locations on the.
I think
They
that's,
need
that's
nurses
that's
to-
that's it. Like I don't know the exact rooms on the top of my
Yeah.
head, but like you have 20 thermostats out there that have humidity in them. So, you know, depending on what you need, and we might be able to get you a better list of what those rooms actually are.
Humidity.
Because like the six servery stats have humidity, but we probably don't care about those.
No.
The same way as like the family dining
It's
room.
probably more the nursing stations.
You know,
so,
Yeah. But I think a lot of those are those ones are in the offices, not out in kind of the common.
So it'd be the
And
Yeah, but saying that, I mean, the humidity in that area.
When you were at that table with all the tents, how do you send that to the printer? So I didn't see like a print option or an export from that.
I've
it downloads it,
It
right?
downloads it.
You'll download it for like an Excel file.
Export.
Download it, then you print it yourself through whichever printer you have.
Hassan, are you able to send us that chart table that shows all the units and what they're serving? I think it's in the specs, I see it.
Shark and what they're serving.
Yeah, it's like a table, it's like an appendice in those specs. I've seen it with, one of the texts from Thousand Islands had it.
I could look at
It's
that.
just like a chart, basically, with, it's a chart, like a table showing the makeup area units and what areas they're serving and what number they are. It's just something simple that might help our staff and.
Yeah, but it is very straightforward from Derek's floor plan,
Mhm.
right? Like if you go to the floor plan, he has it color coded.
Yeah.
And each one, he's
But
labeled,
I mean,
he's
just
labeled,
for like, when we're doing our walkthrough
He's
for the
labeled
industry
them.
too, not trying to go on and.
he's labeled them southeast, southwest, so whether we wanna add the owl, or owl, what is it?
I guess I'm looking for
Wolf.
where this was built from, yeah.
Wolf bear, do we wanna add that, which isn't a big exercise.
Yeah, that'd be helpful, wouldn't it?
Cause you guys are gonna use those terms all the time.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah,
gonna call
we're
it
not gonna
southwest,
be
southeast, you're
southwest,
gonna call
yeah.
it eagle and wolf
Yeah.
and bear and
Turtle.
turtle, right?
So, when you have this open, right next to the export is print. So you can print that chart directly
Yeah.
without even saving it to Excel. So that is an option. As far as
So
as far as the four wings, what are they actually called?
Oh, so we are eagle,
So that'd be northwest.
northwest, eagle, bear,
northeast.
turtle,
Is
South.
wolf.
It could be accessed remotely depending on how IT wants to set that up.
Also have like a computer here and then like access it through that computer.
Not necessarily. Yeah, it can be done, it's an actual question on how they do it.
Cause like, will we have a icon, we can put an icon on our desktop and just go on there every day?
Yep.
Okay.
So I have bookmarked it on her laptop.
Can you bookmark it online?
Yeah. So and that'll work on on any computer in the building, or you can just.
Now, I have remote access on laptops, like, so if I take it home, I won't have access to it?
You might with Shop. If you've got a VPN or something, it might
Well, we
work.
don't have a VPN, it's just straight. So, do I have to VPN to this? Or that's an IT?
That'll be an
Okay.
IT question.
That's a
Just,
basic question.
well, the reason is I don't know how they have the firewall set up.
Okay.
So they would have to, for you to access it direct from home, for you to access that direct from home, they would have to either open up a firewall or give you VPN to do that, so.
Okay. Because we can access everything else through
Yeah.
whatever's on
Okay.
our, yeah.
So this isn't cloud-based, like this software is actually in your mechanical room in the panel.
Okay,
So that's why I say anywhere from inside the building, you can
Yeah.
definitely hit it. If you wanna see it from home, then that would be a question for IT to kind of set up firewalls or VPNs or whatever they have to do, whatever they want to do. Is the best answer.
so every home area, we want 2 resident room temps, the dining room temp, like the, the
Common area.
common areas, yeah. And then, of course, the core, we would want a temp in the core. And then we want humidities for each residence home area.
Humidity humidity we may have to talk about. I just don't know exactly what rooms we have.
I think we can
It's
do
spelled
humidity
humidity.
before. I
But-
can check, I think the nurses lounges are gonna have humidity, and like I say, and then I think the seating areas have humidity.
I think at the ends of the corridors, like
Yeah,
here.
it's a seating area.
Yeah, I think they might have humidity. I think they
Yeah,
have
they do.
humidities. And then
And I think the nurses lounge.
I know the serveries do.
Yeah, serveries would be wacky humidity. though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think people really care about that either.
There's what it says.
Um,
No, but the staff will care.
It does.
Yes, you would have to change your extension.
Pardon?
You would have to change your controller. Or is that-
They're going above.
I've got returner humidity and temperature humidity. I mean, that's where we're controlling our humidifiers too, so.
Yeah, I mean, your
I agree.
controller on. in space.
And so we know the list.
Probably, you just have to swap those for it.
Well, it is, but I already have returner
Oh,
humidity, so
right.
why don't you do, because that's what our humidifier is getting controlled to, is that
Yeah.
returner humidity. So we can just control that, we
That's
talk
for-
that.
That's what
And
we
for
need to
humidity.
I guess, my question there would be is, do they need to visually,
So what's the difference?
oh, you can see it there? Like if it was on the device.
between temperature and humidity, just to get them, that's basically
Just
the
a
temperature.
temperature, like
That's-
that.
So temperature is just temperature, humidity is just humidity, it's basically temperature with the water and air kind of.
So we do need the tub and shower rooms, according to our policy.
Right, we maybe think about this.
So-
Tub and shower room would have weird
Yeah,
humidity too.
It says ensure that it's
hygrometer.
placed in the
So it may be something outside
just
of the
placed
system, we
in
just
there.
have to make a battery.
Sure, temperatures are being measured.
temperature
Yeah,
only.
in at
Yeah, I
least
think the
2
tub and
resident
shower is just the
rooms,
same as the
different
suite.
areas of the home, 1 resident common area on
Think.
every floor of the home. So no, so just
No, put it in here.
monitor reported air temperature and humidity
Which one-
readings in the
which one's
building
the-
and report
which
any
one is
air
which here?
temperature above
Because we've
26
got
or calculated
8B,
index over 30.
which is,
Yes.
8B is the one,
Two.
is
That's
the-
a shower
Change.
room.
but that's the
Where
one
your
that
temperature
the.
is 26.
Yeah.
And then A is the.
Increase
So we have-
the frequency
we have
of
no
monitoring
feedback.
the impacted area.
That one.
So registered nursing.
We only have
nurses
8B.
to
So 8,
That's why I wanted to do it the other way.
Good morning.
Garrett said Travis, he didn't do it.
Yeah, and then just symptoms.
But the thing is, it's not saying to take the humidity.
It's just to have it in place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but here it is, ensure.
Air temperature.
we
have-
it's
those
air.
humidity? Yeah.
Air temperature only.
So at least we have humidity on that spot.
Cause that's your shower and tub room, humidity and temperature.
No, but he
Well,
said the
it's
building has.
that specific, whatever room that sensor's in is that one, so it's the shower room.
But that's a common, that's one common area, and there are two duct
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's the wall, so.
Yeah.
That's that source.
Right.
Yeah, the same in terms of, you can in theory have a different temperature in those two rooms, but.
Yeah.
Like we have to, like it's kind of vague, like this policy's kind of
That's only
vague.
done.
Like are we
ask them to
documenting
review it.
UX or
User
are we
can't
just
use it.
documenting
See,
the time?
so this is the thing, when I was doing the rounds, I used to look
Yeah.
at just humidity and temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But
was
not
I can't do
that
anything more
was
than the
beginning
LG
of
than the
COVID, they
user
did
anyway,
do
so.
that. And the ministry had that in the rates, then they updated the
Yeah,
rates.
but not
then
all you
the
guys did,
indexes,
you did
and then
some,
the
like
regular
you
ones.
were.
So we should ask,
We just have to
Yeah,
verify.
we should
ask,
Yeah.
we'll have to,
One in each room.
Or they just,
Off of a common area.
So it was starting in 2010.
yeah.
There's
I
an
don't think
email
they're-
from Gary.
We last reviewed it.
I think it's right now, it's up to track.
But that doesn't mean change it.
I know.
But
It's
that's
in
what
the
I'm saying,
nursing
in theory, you
facility. We
maybe-
asked to change it.
So that would be change.
Here's the owner, yeah. I think we should ask them to change it.
It's something that at the end of the day, when I see what they want, I should be two systems.
Was that in-
that goes back to designer somewhere.
Yeah. that's fine.
I wanted to see if it's on the
But you have humidity there, so you have humidity in the corridor.
Yeah.
Do you have humidity in? S
Tesla.
07C.
I'm gonna say no.
No. What about in the therapy room is 04? I think no then. Well,
I'd say no. I think it's just those 4 rooms, because I think
yeah,
that's one,
yeah,
I feel like that's one system.
yeah. I think it is one.
And
One
then-
condensing.
Yeah. So we have those 4 in each wing, plus
The server is out.
serveries, plus the land room, the family dining room, the waste room has humidity,
Is that one anyway?
garbage room.
Oh, that's just the cheaper unit.
But then everything else does not.
And then, like you say, you can do the common dining room area off of you have it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just try to wear it right there.
So we have to clarify our policy anyway, with the humans and the human.
Yeah. So it looks like, I'm pretty sure the only looks like I have 5 humidities in each wing,
Okay.
being the 3 sitting areas at the end of the corridors.
Yeah.
And the shower has a humidity sensor. And then the dining room lounge, I can use the return air humidity in the unit, which is the air the unit's sucking out of the space.
Yeah.
I can use it to provide temperature and humidity.
Okay.
readings. So depending on how many you need or what you need, we can modify some things.
Okay.
Or at least figure out what we're doing here. Then, yeah.
It just has some different.
So is this called, sorry, and I'm like, Alert Labs, is this reliable control? Is this what it's called? Like,
Yeah. Basically.
okay.
Yeah. That's the brand at least.
Yeah, because I don't, what are you using to monitor your temperatures?
Yeah, it's reliable controls is the name of the BS system. I mean, there's names for the software on the computer, but that's not really what you guys are looking at. Like, you know, this lives on a controller with its own name. It's not really.
Okay.
So yeah, the building automation system or reliable control system.
So now, does this get into water temperatures too?
Yes.
So we haven't even touched that.
No.
That's in there, water.
We
So.
better stop asking questions and talking.
So, your domestic hot water system, there's quite a bit going on.
Wow.
Have you been in that room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the tanks on the left, when you walk in the room, the tanks are on the left, big storage tanks on the left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the storage tanks on the left. Okay. And then you have the two heat pumps on the right hand side. Those are recovering heat from your sewer system to make hot water for the showers. Okay. It's interesting.
Yeah. Using our pieces.
It's quite the process, and it's pretty interesting. Last time I talked to the guy from the factory and kind of got a lowdown on how these work. It's pretty interesting. And then in the bottom right hand corner is your actual natural gas hot water tanks. And then the pumps you see here are the recirculation pumps that are in kind of the middle of it all in that room. So wow, those have been working really.
Our cold water temperature doesn't make sense.
You are correct, it does not.
I don't know why.
That's something.
I hadn't noticed that before.
Wouldn't that alert to you?
No, because I really don't watch usually cold water is just cold and there's nothing I can do about it. So, you know, what am I going to alarm usually? Like, it's too cold? Because in the wintertime it gets
Not
colder.
cold enough?
And yeah.
I never looked where you at that.
I never caught that. I hadn't caught that before.
Some we're gonna have to look at, because actually there wouldn't necessarily. Well, you guys are doing some laundry today, actually.
Yesterday. Was there laundry today?
I saw some laundry today when I was on the roof. The dryer. was-
Yesterday we had lots of laundry.
So, the biggest two temperatures that you guys will really care about here are these two. Because that's what's going up in the building. So the top one is going to your kitchens. It should be running hotter. And the bottom one is the tempered mixed water going into the suites for showers and tubs and tank and hot water taps and stuff like
I'm
that.
playing with that one right now.
So
When he's pointing that, that's what we're doing.
it
So bottom ones to the rooms, top ones to the servers.
yes, and the kitchen, yeah, kitchen proper. The kitchen proper usually run around 60 Celsius, 140 Fahrenheit. These guys, what, 110-ish?
110.
110, 120. So, you know, right around 40.
I was playing with that. So
48
low.
is 120, 110, 42, 48, somewhere in there.
42 I want to try to get.
Yeah, right around 42 to 48 degrees is where that one should be running for safety. The rest of it is really just purely information and how the rest of the system is working. So if you're, we'll start with the hot water loop side because that's the more important side. Yeah, those two tanks are your actual gas heating tanks. They just run on their own. They do their own thing. As long as they're producing hot water, everybody's happy. These four pumps are what's circulating the water circulating the water from the serveries and the wings, so that you always have hot water available when you want it. You're not trying to bring hot water from the kitchen all the way up, or from the mechanical room all the way to the south corner, you know.
Are they keeping it up to temp enough, like by the time it travels out to the home areas? Because if it's set at 42, my bottom line is 40 for ministry. Are we, like, what's the draw?
Is the line long enough or short enough?
They run 24/7 because it's an occupied building.
Yeah,
no-
but like, have the temps been taken out?
No, I'm just in the process of setting that up.
Oh, okay, okay, sorry.
There's one, no, just so you're aware, like that's there on the temp supplies at 33 right now. It was too warm, I've overshot the other way, so now I gotta get it back.
So there's two heaters, there's two hot water.
There's two gas hot lines.
Two, right. So if one breaks down, is the other enough to buy time for the rest of the building?
Well, plus you have two,
Well,
Heat.
we'll get back to those.
you'll have a different screen, but.
The I don't know the answer to that. We'll
What's
find out
that?
we'll find out when we get there if one tank will keep up. If one tank is actively broken, it might be good to actually shut the valves off to it and only use the other tank, because there's always water circulating through the broken one.
Yeah.
But before we get to the but, these temperatures down here are the alarm set points. I've got them set very, very wide because I don't know how. There's two things. I don't know what you guys want to be alerted about, and I don't know how tight everything's going to hold. So I don't want to set if the tanks are set to 60 Celsius. I've got the high temperature at 62 and the low at 40. We might be able to pull that back up again and say we got a problem sooner, but I just don't want nuisances. So we can fine tune some of the stuff as we go and do that. On the mixed side, I've got 45 and 30. The 30 will likely have to come up, but the 45 is a little over that 110, 120 mark.
Yeah.
To say, hey, things weren't too hot. So some of this we might have to just see how it works and set those alarm settings accordingly. Because if the valve has some swing to it, we just don't want to send you guys a bunch of nuisance emails to say that you're just going to start ignoring it. Because let's face it, it's what we all do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4 pumps. Sorry.
Yeah.
The tempered, the two pumps on the tempered side are the ones going to the wings. They run 24/7. I have a kitchen schedule set up to say what hours there's people around in the kitchen for. The 2 pumps for the kitchen, the kitchen serveries will run based on that schedule. So if you want to say nobody's in the kitchen from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., then we can shut these pumps off.
That would that'd probably be more 24/7 because that's also housekeeping.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
In each wing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah.
Yeah, I worry about Legionnaires so much too,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
they want that setting.
So that schedule is set 24/7, and it can just remain that way. Yeah, 24/7, and it can just remain that way. And they'll just run 24/7.
So I'm just curious. So I know they all come in from the same source. If you shut off the pumps to the server and everything, so there will be no hot water to the server.
There will.
No, yeah.
So is it still pulling out of the other line, or?
These are recirculating pumps,
Okay. Yeah.
Richard, so that when you turn the tap on at a far location, you don't have to wait like 10 minutes to have hot water. You're gonna wait less than a minute to have
Okay.
So just keeping hot water at the tap, basically. So all that would happen if that pump fails is when housekeeping down in the wing goes and wants a bucket of hot water, they're gonna have to wait for it to get there.
Got it. Okay.
It will get there. It's just how long does it take that tap to pull enough hot to get?
That would be from the other one. I I guess, right?
No,
There's additional pumps.
Okay,
no,
so
the
because of
the
residential.
pumps are designated, they're circuit.
That's the research, but there's the other golden one.
No, they're only the heat pump, they're only to the.
There's the heat pump, yeah.
They don't
And then
do-
there's city pressure, right?
Yeah, but they don't do anything out here. So, the heat pump, the sewage heat pump, system, what they're doing is effectively heating those large storage tanks on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
So the closer to that 60 Celsius we can get, the less that the gas tanks have to do, is the idea. So I mean, right now we're running at 51 Celsius. The main tanks only have to take 51 up to 60, so it's a lot easier for them to do that. Plus, in the event of a breakdown, the good one has to do a lot less. So
It's almost like those gas heated tanks are just a pass through.
Basically, yeah, so to be, because remember, you're trying to achieve a zero carbon building. So you don't want to use the gas or the hot water.
There,
The hot water's to be heated by the heat pump.
is it, maybe this is a question more for than the DAS, but is it possible to isolate those 3 tanks from the shark system and just run on the gas, like if we had to do a repair, some maintenance or something?
Yeah, everything's valved, yes.
Yeah.
You have a lot, you have isolation valves.
Okay.
They're not shown, of course, in Derek's picture, because they're not they're not automatic.
Okay. Usually we find shut-offs.
Yeah, they're manual shut off.
yeah, those 2 gold pumps only pump directly to the heat pump, so
Yeah.
they're not doing anything to the building. They're just, so the whole idea is those things just run, pull as much heat out of that sewer system as they can, and keep the domestic hot water, keep those storage tanks warm as possible. We'll find out how close they get to 60, but I mean 51's pretty good.
That's with no occupants, right?
Yeah, just from what you guys are doing here, keeping that.
It'll get there much for a pull.
Well,
Well, no, I mean, as you're washing dishes all the time, that system should.
Bathrooms,
Dishes.
showers,
Yeah.
laundry.
Through our
system. So, I have a high level question. Do we need a contract with your company so that you guys come in to maintain this BAS system?
not as well. It can either be on a per phone call basis, or we can set something up. It's really up to you guys how you want to do it. We're only in Belleville, so we're not far away.
So like if we
need a
contact
contract.
you,
We need
yeah.
Because like you guys not gonna remember this. This is way over our
Oh,
heads.
yeah.
This is way like we're gonna be like something's wrong.
Oh no, we've
Fix it.
already
Yeah, come here and
said,
fix it. So
yeah, we've got his card,
Perfect.
so
So
he
get a
said
contract.
he will reach out to, either we have a contract with Hamilton Smith, or he reaches out to Hamilton Smith,
Well, if you've already
depending
got-
on what needs,
who is Hamilton Smith?
they are heating and cooling.
They're the HVAC people.
Yeah.
So we have a contract with HVAC, and they then have a contract with him because they're gonna take care. We're gonna call them and say something's wrong. And they're gonna come in and call him to fix it.
We're the same company.
Oh, you're the same company.
Yeah.
And we have a one-day contract, and we just call them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. That's all I need to know.
So will the, so you know, like the solar will save us money? Will the manure save us money?
Well, what?
I call it manure.
Manure.
Sewage.
No,
The
this-
sewage, like heating
yes.
it with the
The methane.
sewage instead of with the gas, it's going to save us money too, right? In the same sense.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, no, I mean, that's the theory, right?
That's why we're doing it,
No,
why
we're
we're.
saving-
The theory
we're
is
saving,
you're
we're saving
making-
greenhouse gases.
Huh?
We're saving greenhouse gases.
Yeah. No, but we're saying, there, yeah, remember, I got 400 kilowatts of electricity on the roof.
Yeah.
We're not buying electricity in theory.
Well, you
Because
just-
it's
oh, yeah, I guess,
gases.
yeah, I guess you do have solar. Yeah.
Like it separates the gases, right?
Anything that's electric,
well, natural.
From the sewage.
No, so we're only separating. We're taking energy out of the water.
Yeah.
the liquid.
Okay, so it gets flushed.
It's the gas.
So basically the wastewater
Yeah,
goes into a tank.
yeah.
I don't know-
Say
I
the
don't know-
dishwasher
Yeah.
discharges hot water out
wherever
to
the
the tank.
The tank's out back.
Yep.
Okay.
Tank
The
goes-
tank out back. These heat pumps pull water from that tank, and they've got a storage tank inside of them. They
Like,
flush.
wait, just to clarify, it's not the black water that's flowing from the
It's the
tank.
gas.
No, it is. It's
It's
black.
black water?
Yes, it's black.
Yeah. So it's liquid.
Is it black and gray, or is it gray?
Oh, gray water's got shit in this.
It's
Yeah,
black.
it's the,
Yeah, it's everything. So there could also be some solids coming back up in this pipe. We're not sure.
yeah,
But
We're not sure.
the liquid, we're pumping liquid off the top
Comes back
into a small tank in those heat pumps, and each one has it. Then it's kind of like the air conditioner in your house. It's got a compressor in there. Use a refrigerant to extract the energy from the black water to create hot water for you to shower with and stuff. So it's the same idea. It's the same kind of idea as the heat pump people put in the house.
yeah.
We're just pulling energy because we think of the air outside as cold, but it's energy. So there's heat there. So you're taking it from 20 degrees to 10 degrees. Same with this water. Same
How
with
does
this.
it transfer the energy over from the the gray water?
Mhm.
It's a refrigeration process.
Okay,
Same idea as the air conditioner in your house, just backwards.
There's
So-
moving energy, right? And then-
So like, the air conditioner in your house, if you stick your hand over top of the unit outside, the air feels really hot and gross, even compared to the ambient air. We're taking that we're just reversing it, so the cold,
It's coming out.
the
and we're
cold
heating
side is the black side, and the hot side is your domestic hot water. So the best.
so once it leaves those shark units, is it clean water that's
No.
coming out of them?
It's just
Still
cold
hot water.
So it's getting
No
pumped.
way.
It's getting pumped back out to the sewage tank outside.
No, the water doesn't go into the tank or the heat comes out of that shit water and it's thrown away. The shit water comes in, we take the heat of it, throw it away. And the shit water.
Everybody's on suck water.
It's like a state of the art, it's been around for 10 or 15 years, this type of,
Yeah.
machine.
So once it sucks in, it
Yeah,
just discards.
discards it back into the sewer.
After it goes through those three tanks.
No.
No, it doesn't go into the.
They never-
No, the water doesn't go into our water system at all, only the
Yeah.
energy of the
There
water.
is some
None of that water goes into the hot water.
Standing order.
None of that
Standing
water
order
goes into the
set
hot water at all.
It
No groundwater at all goes into our system.
No.
goes through the boiling
Only the
system.
heat comes from it.
The heat,
No water at all goes
yeah,
into it.
yeah. It's just really interesting. It's so like,
All this
every
stuff
home
makes
should
water.
use this.
Actually, new homes do to some extent.
Yeah?
So the newer homes, instead of an active heat pump system like this, because that's just expensive, what they do is on your sewer line, they put a copper section in with a bunch of pipe wrapped around it, and then your cold water coming in from the city goes through that wrap of pipe to your hot water tank. So as you're showering, and usually they put it on your vertical sewer stack. When the water drops down that pipe, it clings to the outside of the pipe, just with physics, and that warms that copper section, heating a little bit. It's not a huge amount, but you'll preheat that water, warm your hot water tank a little bit from your shower water, dishwasher, or whatever, and you can save some energy there. So we do a little bit of it. They do a little bit of it in the new houses, but this is taking that to now an active level where we're going to they're extracting that energy instead of just, passing by. But the idea is everything's isolated, so there's no opportunity for black water to get into your clean
No.
water.
That's why I told you.
It's totally isolated.
So the only connection is just like,
Yeah.
the only connection is Freon basically
Yeah.
between the two sides.
Yeah.
So,
Cool, this is like so confusing to me, like this whole board.
this
Yeah,
whole,
no,
he's talking
it's-
about shark tanks, and I'm like, what?
It's all,
That's
this
it.
is,
All I need to make sure is getting done, that you're monitoring, but that we're monitoring temperatures twice a
Yes.
day.
So
And I-
all you're worried about,
is those temperatures there.
Is these
Those
two.
Two temperatures.
and as long as they're within
And we
spec,
want them between 40 and 49.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
and this,
Well, that's for your hand wash.
Yes,
What-
yes, because we have to go around and do random water temps
Yeah.
every shift. The nurse will go around and have and I don't know, are we doing it that way? Have the tap running and point the laser at it
That's
and
what we
take the
used to
temp,
do, yeah.
is how we used to do it.
Yeah, no, that's
That's
all
what
you
we
do.
used.
Should we use the Chrome one? The Chrome?
Well, we did, actually, I
No,
did
we just
have that
used-
one, but I also
No,
had
we just
both.
did the infrared one.
I had both. Yeah.
Wow, wow.
So,
at this level,
Yeah.
too high for me.
if bring it back down
Go
a
to
bit,
trends.
on the trend log page, link here. These first two
Yeah,
are the same archiving setup as all the room temperatures.
okay.
So if you want to know your tempered limit for the suites.
So for every room, we're gonna have a separate temperature.
Well, no, this
No.
is
No.
this is the one leaving the mechanical room.
Okay,
So that's
Or-
the source,
yeah.
basically, right?
At the source, I can give you an hourly readout of what that temperature was.
at the source
At the
of it.
source.
We
But we
need
don't
two
need
random
that one for the
rooms.
ministry.
No, we need
We
two
need-
random rooms.
Yeah, so we need that one for the outlet, which is a room or
If you,
any cabinet.
yeah, the BAS is not measuring the water temperature in the suite.
In the suite, so that's what we need to
You
do.
would have to do it.
So
What?
that's gonna be a
The only, this could come back to if you go out and if you go out and find you have an issue, you can check this to see is
Where
the problem
the
at the
issue is
source or is it
coming
a
from.
problem somewhere else? And you know,
You know that, right?
I sort of
You can look to see where, if I say, Jean, oh my God, we have a problem with the water, you would say, oh, I'll check, and check here, and I'll tell you exactly where it's coming from, don't worry.
Yeah, just
Like-
go down to the next
Well, I
one.
just-
Or I'll
Right on it.
give me that card.
yeah. This
Or Mike.
this is
Mike,
just
speak the mixing up.
this is just if you see that the water temperature drops from 52 to 35 degrees. You've got a problem with the source. You know, you don't have to go chasing out plumbing, everything down there. You got a
Right.
problem here. You know, so that's where I say you can at least gauge how big of a problem you have.
Well, it'll be the same if the water was too hot at the unit.
Correct.
It's likely gonna be the source anyway.
If it was too hot over there, yes, then we would have to go back and say, there's something wrong with the valve.
Yeah.
That needs adjusting. That's what I've been doing today, was trying to adjust it, to get it to where we want.
So do we manually adjust the valve?
No,
No.
We're gonna, so like this morning I measured it, it was too warm. It was 50, right? So then I tried to adjust it, but it was,
Once it's
You know like that.
once that valve is set,
Set.
unless something breaks, it should never.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the main
If you-
yeah.
we'll set it up and say, you take a measurement between, and it'd be between 43 and 44 kind of thing, and that's where it should stay.
Just come with the wrench.
Yeah, give it a swap.
Right? Yeah,
You know,
just get
see if that
the-
fixes it.
Yeah, the only reason now would be
What's the worst? What's the worst thing? that happens?
moving forward, yes, it'd only be because that valve gets some dirt or something in it and it
Yeah.
doesn't work, right?
Yeah. And then there's other ones too, right?
There's
the main
there's
one.
small ones on the eye washes and such.
Is there any up in the ceilings?
In terms of the eye washes, yes, some of them are up and some of them are down.
Okay.
Some of them are in the ceiling, some of them are in behind the wall. But again, like those are all set up, they've all been tested, that they're at the right temperature and the right kind of response time.
But all resident rooms and tubs are coming from that main mixing valve. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that does, yeah, like you say, the tub room, when we open that hot water tap, we'll set it up that it should be around 43 degrees, 44 degrees, right? But that's something, yeah, that only got repaired last Friday in terms of engineering piping mistake. Hasn't been set up. And then your other loop is the high temperature is what the tank is set at, which is 140 degrees or basically 60 degrees Celsius. And that's of course where you set that. Any storage should be warm to get, so it doesn't make Legionnaires' disease, right?
Let's face it, for your dishwasher, it's hotter than better. So.
Yeah, and that's what exactly I was thinking as you said the kitchen. I was thinking dishwashers. Yeah.
Yeah, and the dishwashers
Yeah,
all have a
they need to
booster
be
heat.
so
They have a
high.
booster heater in the dishwasher. It boosts it even further. So
Yeah.
depending on which cycle. It's
And then the washer.
and the same with the
The
washer.
washer, yeah.
So anything that the residents left should be
Mm-hmm.
cooler.
You have an ERV
Yeah, that's it for.
as well.
Yeah, that little ERV
Is limited.
it's really only doing. I believe it just does a couple.
Doing these two washrooms.
Two washrooms and a couple housekeeping rooms, I
Yeah.
think. And all it is just straight air exchange all the time. It has a heat recovery wheel in it, so that cold air outside gets preheated on its way in, and by the air that's being exhausted, and it just, like I say, it just runs 24/7 as sanitary exhaust basically.
What does ERB mean?
Energy recovery ventilator.
So yeah, it just serves the core washrooms and housekeeping rooms, kind of right here.
Just like the
Those two right
washrooms,
here.
Yeah. And then the housekeeping rooms.
And the salon.
And this one.
Does it this long?
I think I got checked. It does more.
Or actually, it might do. It might do some stuff up here too. Come to think of
Yeah.
it.
Washers.
Like it does about 6 rooms, doesn't
Without digging through the ductwork drawings, yeah. But yeah, it just runs, blowing air out and pulling air in. There is 2 little rooftop units, one for the kitchen
it? One
and one
laundry.
for the laundry room. And they're more of just a standard rooftop unit, just heating and air conditioning for the laundry room. And what are we doing? I know so we have a heating and cooling set point for the laundry room, heating and cooling set within the kitchen, and that unit just runs to maintain that, just like your furnace or your house, just bigger. And they're a heat pump with additional electric heat if you need it. So cold winter, it can run electric heat to kind of boost itself and maintain.
Next would be exhaust fans.
Any alarms on those 2 units for the the carbon copy units, the exact same, but any alarms will be shown here. And then if there is an alarm and you want to know what that alarm means, I have an alarm information page that lists out all those for you guys. So when you inevitably call Hamilton Smith for that issue, you can say, hey, I've got, or even they can look at it, you can show them what the alarm code is, and they know they can see
Yeah,
it.
so this equipment, like, it's got the gauges on it for when the filters are needing changed and
Yep.
right on the unit. So, in here, if it comes up, I'm assuming it'll come up and let us know about the filter in here as well. Will it continue to run for a period, like say we can't get up to change?
It will run indefinitely. It won't
shut
won't
down.
it won't shut down.
Okay.
Some of those sensors aren't necessarily set correctly
Yeah.
so-
The filters?
for the filters. So even when they say it's dirty, it's kind of one of those things you sort of just have to go and put eyes on it and see if it's actually, because it's all based on a drop in pressure as air moves across the filter. The dirtier it gets, the more restrictive, the more the pressure changes. So depending on how they're set, if they're set too sensitive, we don't get dirty enough. If they're set they can set the other way where you just never get dirty enough to actually trip it. So it's, what Hamilton Smith will do is set you up with more of a timed 3 months
Yes,
kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
And depending on the environment, you know, 3 months is usually good, 3 to 4 months, and they should be replaced. The big MERV filters up in the big air handling equipment, they're more like a once-a-year deal. Because they have a filter before them, like a lower grade filter before them to catch the big stuff, and then they catch the little stuff that makes it through the first filter. So the big expensive MERV 13, I think you said, filters, they're like a once-a-year deal. So you don't have to change them out regularly, but they are very expensive compared to
And say like if we did have Hamilton Smith come and take a look, they would see that and say, oh, you've got these filters, so we don't, that would be on our annual visit.
Yeah.
They're not going to try and rip us off and say,
I would hope.
You have Magna Helix on the big units, so,
okay.
which is a gauge,
Right, like,
which is a gauge up there, so we showed Jay, like, so now when we put new ones in, we know that it runs at this, and as they get dirty, that needle will move over, and then you
okay.
know that.
And we know the 13, where those 13 big ones are.
We changed them all on like April 29th. We changed all the filters on the
No, yeah, just knowing where those big ones are, that they are annually, right? That we're not changing them quarterly.
Well, you change it with the dial,
Big
it doesn't
waste.
really matter what time it is, if the dial
Yeah.
says it's gotta be changed, it's gotta be changed, it doesn't matter what time.
But I'm just saying that they
It's supposed to
typically
change
are
every
about
3
a
months.
year.
I thought every 3 months they said.
The big MERV 13
big
filters,
ones.
you don't have to. It's the I think they're 8s. The
MERV
pleated, the standard like 2-inch filters, they're like 3 months because they're catching all the
Ones
big
on
stuff.
the roof?
Yeah.
You have MERV 8s
And,
before the MERV
The
13.
12 by, the 24 by 24 ones?
So the 24 by 24 by 12, they're a lot less frequent
Right.
because because you've got the 2-inch filters before them
Yeah.
that are catching all the big dirt, and then the 12-inch filters are catching all the real small, you know, whatever's left. if
Do you
will.
not change it once the dial goes over, like, not looking for time, looking for.
You can do it
He's
that
doing
way.
it even longer.
Didn't you just say?
Yeah.